everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I would like to prioritize in 2026. So I do this every year where I pick certain books to read for 2026, and I am really excited for the books that I picked out. I know there were a couple that I picked out that were high priority because it's on my January TBR, and there's other books that I would like to try to prioritize this year. I've been trying, I know with videos like this, I try my best to read all these books, but sometimes things happen. But anyways, let's talk about the books that I want to read in 2026. The first book that I want to try to prioritize this year is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stevens. Laura Stephen, yeah. And this is basically compared to The Life of Eddie LaRue, which I love, and this is basically about a girl who keeps running into someone that's meant to kill her and fall in love with her. And that's from what I remember from the plot. And yeah, I am really wanting to give this a try since many people compare this to one of my favorite books, The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue. And I just love this Outcry edition. It's so beautiful, and I've been really bad at keeping up with book boxes this year, and I know this is definitely one of the ones that I would like to prioritize, and yeah, I am just really excited to pick this up because it reminds me of one of my favorite books. So the next book that I would like to prioritize in 2026 is Story of Your Life by Lucy Score. This was my anticipated release from last year, and I felt bad for not getting to it. And if you guys don't know, I had a baby last year, and he's almost going to be a year old by the time this video is released, and I just can't believe I've been a mom for a year. But anyways, I only read Things We Never Got Over by this author, and I just loved it. I know this starts a new series, which I should not do, but it just sounds really cute to me. It's about an author who just recently dealt with a breakup, and she's trying to get out of writer's block, and she meets a constructor. And yeah, I'm just really want to pick this up because of me liking her previous book, and I know I want to try to finish that series. And yeah, this is definitely one of the books that I would like to prioritize for this year. The next book that I would like to prioritize this year is Recidic. Sorry if I butchered the title, but it's by Laura Thalassa, and I apologize. And I've been wanting to read more fantasy romances since I've read Deal with an Elfkin, and I know many people talked about this book many years ago, and I don't know much about it other than it's about a girl who wears bees on her bracelets for bargaining death or something like that. I'm not really quite sure, but I know that I do want to give this one a try since I love Deal with an Elfkin, and it is not by the same author. It's by Elise Kova, and I've been wanting to dig into some fantasy romances, like I said, so I'm just really excited that I want to put this on my list. This seems really random, but I do want to put at least one fantasy romances on my list. The next book I would like to prioritize in 2026 is The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig. This is by the same author as House of Salt and Sorrows series, or it's Salt and Sorrow series, and she also wrote Small Favor, and I do really enjoy those books, and I do want to give this one a try. This is supposed to be like a dark retelling of some kind of fairy tale, and I never even heard of this fairy tale. I'm trying to figure out which one. I don't know. I'm trying to remember when this came out. I think it was like 2024. Yeah, 2024. So I am really want to give this one a try because I love fairy tale retellings, and I honestly will try to read more. And it's kind of like, and it's just been, I've been trying to, like I said, last year was kind of difficult reading wise just because motherhood was new to me, and I've been trying to balancing that and reading. But I know that for this year I'm going to try my best to read as many books as I want. And this seems really chunky. I don't even know how long this book is. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to 500 pages. So, but still, I do want to give it a try, seeing as I liked previous books by this author. And the next book that I would like to prioritize in 2026 is A Question of Holmes by Brittany Cavallaro. This is the last book in Sherlock Holmes series, and you don't know the first book. The first book is called Stay in Charlotte, where you follow the descendants of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson and their mystery adventures, basically. And I do really like this series. I know I kind of like the first book more, and I do want to finish off this series to see how it goes. And yeah, I am sad about it, but I know there's a lot of series I need to catch up on, and I'm glad that my goal for this year is to try to read at least 2 sequels a month, just so that way I can try to catch up on the sequels on my TBR, because I have like over 30 and it's getting out of hand for me. But yeah, I know that this is definitely one of the sequels that I would like to prioritize this year. And the next book I would like to prioritize this year is One Dark Window by Rachel Galig. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name. I know this duology has been hyped on BookTube for a while, and it's another fantasy, and it's about a woman who can summon demons with tarot cards or something like that. I am not 100% sure, but I know this is another fantasy that I've been wanting to try, and of course I mentioned this on my channel a couple of times that some hype books are a hit for me and some are miss, and I do hope this is a hit for me because I do love fantasy, and with my reading tastes have changed over the years, and I've been trying to gravitate towards adult fantasy, even though occasionally I do read YA fantasy, but I'm still really excited to pick this up because I do want to give this one a try since many people have talked about it on all over the internet. And the next book that I would like to prioritize this year is Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. This is the same author as A Study in Drowning, which I know I need to read the sequel of that, and I don't know why my neck got very stiff for a second there. But this is her dystopian novel, and I don't know what's it about, but there's not much synopsis here, but I know I love this edition. I mean, look at the spray edges. It's very pretty, and yeah, and I got this from their book haul sale, and I'm like, since I enjoyed a book from this author before, and I want to give this a try, and I know she has written adult fantasy too, which I do want to give it a try, and yeah, I am really excited to read more books by this author, even though I only read one book, but I just want to read more books to see if I'll end up enjoying it other than Stay in Drowning. The next book that I would like to prioritize in 2026 is The Wedding by Nicholas Sparks, and if you guys don't know, Nicholas Sparks is one of my favorite authors, but I've been trying to catch up on his backlist before I buy books that were published, and I know he wrote maybe 4 or 5 books at that point, because the latest book that I got was See Me, and that was published like 10 years ago. So, because I promised myself that I would not buy more books from this author until I read on the backlist. So, I think this is supposed to be like a sequel to The Notebook, because it follows their daughter, which is very surprising, and I don't know anything else other than that. And yeah, I am just really excited that I'm catching up more books from Nicholas Sparks that I've been very behind on, and I know I DNF'd on The Guardian last year, but I do want to pick that up again. It's just I wasn't in the mood for it at that time, but I do really hope I enjoy this as much as The Notebook, because like I said, this is supposed to be a sequel to The Notebook. And the next book that I would like to prioritize this year is Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson, and I believe I put this on my 2025 TBR last year, and I didn't get to it, but I know I did try a chapter challenge, and I was really getting into it, even though the chapter was like 20 pages long. But I do want to give this book a try, seeing as I've had it on my shelf for years, and it's a Peter Pan retelling. It's like it's supposed to be a prequel story to Peter Pan, and I'm just wanting to get this off my... I just want to read this so I could get this off of my TBR, and like I said, I do like retellings, and I've had good and bad luck with Peter Pan retellings, and I just hope this is not going to be the case for me, seeing this as a 4-book series, and it was this came out when I was a kid, and I never got a chance to read it, so hopefully I'll still end up enjoying it, even though I'm a grown-up. And the last book that I would like to prioritize in 2026 is A Curse of Blood Wolves by Melissa Maternin. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name. This is supposed to be a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, and I honestly bought this book because of Becca Books' Romantasy series, because she was reading all the books that were featured in Fairy Loot's Romantasy box, and this just caught my eye because I really like the cover, and I do like retellings like I mentioned, and this is supposed to be a fantasy romance as a Little Red Riding Hood retelling, and yeah, I do want to give this a try. And a lot of times when books that, like as in my January TBR video, I was shocked that this is lowly rated, but some books that are lowly rated I either end up enjoying or I just agree with people that like why it's low, but hopefully for me, I hope it's not that case, so hopefully I'll end up enjoying it despite the rating on Goodreads. So that's all for my the books that I want to prioritize for 2026. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you would like to prioritize this year, because I would like to know. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so we know if I post new videos. Sorry, I'm still getting over cold, so please bear with me here. And also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!